and welcome back. Tonight is the peak of the Geminid meteor shower, which in my view is one of the best meteor showers of the year. First of all, the night is nice and long, so we're in mid-December at the moment, so we've got lots and lots of darkness to play with. Often it's quite cold, crisp nights, which are my favourite kind of nights for being outside. But also it just delivers such a consistently spectacular group of meteors every year. This year it's pretty much a new moon, so really nice dark skies, and hopefully we'll see lots of meteors while we're here. At the moment it's pretty cloudy, so I've driven a couple of hours east of where I live to Dunwich Heath on the Suffolk coast, and hopefully we've got quite a mad adventure planned tonight. So I'm meeting with two names you might know: Glenn from the Astrobloke YouTube channel and Simon from Simon's Astro at the moment. But we don't currently have clear skies. I think a second ago Jupiter appeared a second ago, it's now gone, but at least that means that the overcast skies we've had all day are starting to clear. So I'm going to get a cup of tea on, get myself set up, look forward to Glenn and Simon arriving shortly. We can perhaps just sit and have a cup of tea, chat for a bit, and then hopefully later on the skies will clear and we'll start seeing some awesome shooting stars. Oh, that's good, you need that tonight. It's pretty cold over here, and obviously you've got a sea breeze from the North Sea just over there, and it's definitely now starting to clear. I can see Jupiter, Pleiades really bright, Perseus really bright, the Hyades, Orion will be rising really shortly. It's a bit of light pollution that way, guessing that's up towards Southwold way. But it's nothing bad at all. The moment those clouds have gone, you won't even notice that light pollution. I think it's going to be a very cool night. Cool, so just while I'm waiting for Glenn and Simon to arrive, I've just set up a quick time lapse. Yeah, just in front of this little boat that's up on the gravel beach here. Hopefully I'll catch a little bit of the Hyades, maybe even we should have the Pleiades in shot too, and then hopefully Orion's starting to rise. What's going to be lovely about this is the cloud keeps coming and going, so you're going to see the stars against through the clouds, and with them getting that lovely kind of bloaty look as they get clouded over. So kind of going in and out of that star glow look. So hopefully this will be a nice time lapse. Shooting with a 24mm lens, wide open at about f1.4. I'm shooting at ISO 6400 and 5-second exposures with a 1-second interval. It's quite a high ISO. Not really planning to do any stills with this image, probably. So ISO 6400 for a time lapse is fine, and I want to kind of get enough shots before we head off somewhere else later.
That takes the biscuit. I don't know what to say actually. I'm quite...
If you put your red headphones on your nose,
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
Just stay like that all night.
Brilliant. So I've got a mirrorless camera. I've got the Canon EOS R, and on there I've got the Samyang 14mm 2.8 f2.8.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah, it's a lovely camera. It's very nice. It's not the RA. They do an RA, don't they? But this is just the R. And it's a very nice camera actually. Does a great job. So yeah.
That's awesome. Simon,
Yeah.
what have you got?
This is the 70 Mark II, and the lens is the Sigma 10-20.
Very nice take.
Yeah, I like the battery grip on there, so I can get 2 batteries and run it all night.
That's flexing with batteries,
That is.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a built-in intervalometer, which is very handy.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Mine's got a built-in sort of time-lapse feature and things like that, but not intervalometer.
Built-in intervalometer, very, very useful.
They all need to have that. Why don't they all come?
I don't know, but that's a nice feature.
So I'm shooting with a Canon 6D Mark I workhorse of a camera with the Samyang 14mm f2.8. Same lens as
Oh yeah,
Lex,
it's the
actually,
same, isn't it? Yeah.
which is a beast of a lens. It's always the lens I recommend people get first if they try and get into this Nightscape stuff.
You just got to be a bit careful if you've got, I don't know if you've done it, but you put a G-band around it.
Have
You
it.
can't have it too far forward because it sees it.
Yeah, and
Got to be right away back.
but it definitely needs G. So
Yes.
that big bulbous lens just traps G. Right, so we are now all time-lapsing away. I've got the 14mm on here. You're about 12mm, you think, Simon?
12mm, yeah.
And you're on 14mm, Glenn?
I'm fixed prime
Fixed prime 14 mil. So we're finally all time lapsing away, sitting on the beach, seeing 3 meteors. I've seen 3 meteors so far.
Yeah.
These guys.
The dog's pinned me down, and I can't find my head tool. I'm done with it.
Glenn's getting attacked by his dog. It's quite dark here, guys, isn't it?
It is lovely, actually.
So the pollution you can hear, so the light pollution you can see on the horizon over there is that's Sizewell, guys.
That will be Sizewell.
So that's a Sizewell nuclear power station. So we found this nice sort of rowboat that's pulled up onto the shore here, which makes a nice foreground, we think. Every so often people turn up in the car park down there and turn their car headlights on, which is a bit annoying because it ruins our composition, but hopefully we'll still get some good shots with some meteors in.
I want to see a meteor.
That's good. Just get the feeling that we're facing the wrong way.
I think permanently. I think actually lying on your back's got to be best, though, surely, isn't it, with all that
Yeah,
buzz?
look up there.
So we're still suffering from cloudy skies at the moment.
We are.
But
It's a bit annoying.
there are some stars showing through, and 2 of us have now seen meteors. Glenn's got his eyes shut. But actually, it's because it's so dark here. When the clouds just slightly part, the stars just punch through so well. Beautiful. Finally, it's all started to clear up. We've all seen meteors now, so I think we've all seen a few. I've seen, certainly looking towards the northwest, I reckon I've seen 4 or 5 huge ones in the last 15 minutes or so. A couple of those I managed to catch on camera. One while I was setting up a composition, so it's a terrible composition, but it's a good old meteor, and then the other was in a composition that I had planned, and again, it's fantastic. Really pleased with that. So I've changed location to another rowboat a bit further down the beach that's pulled in, and I'm doing time lapses at 24mm and 14mm, and just shooting away. It's a beautiful night all of a sudden. The cloud is almost completely gone. It's really dark. So this 14mm composition here, I'm actually shooting in portrait, which is unusual for me for a time lapse, but I really would love a nice meteor in this shot in a nice portrait orientation. That said, the direction I'm shooting in here is quite close to Geminid, which is where these meteors appear to radiate from, and that means probably I'll only get quite short meteors in this particular frame, which maybe is a bit silly because this is at 14mm, which is wider, so maybe they'll look a bit short in the frame, but it's a nice composition. I like it, so I might stick to it. Although maybe I should just change these round. Okay, maybe I should put the 24mm on here. It's fine, we'll leave it how it is now. But we're off, and it's now time to sit down and enjoy the show. Right guys, so what schoolboy error did we make? Did we forget to put our G-straps on?
We did.
Yeah. And of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you include that video camera, of the 6 cameras, how many are G'd up?
All of them. That's a little sad,
so frustrating.
isn't it, really?
Actually, my 24mm is okay. 14mm was a disaster. Your 14mm was a disaster, Glenn.
Yeah.
How are yours, Simon?
Both of mine are missed.
Right, so we've had now, what, 3 hours on the beach?
At least.
Something like that, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
How was the meteor shower for you, Simon?
For me, definitely the best meteor shower I have ever seen.
It's been awesome, isn't it?
It's been absolutely awesome.
How many do you reckon you've seen?
Oh, I've lost count.
30, 40 at least?
At least 40 to 50 probably.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Glenn, this is your first ever meteor
It's
shower.
the first time I've ever actually sat down and taken a time to have a look at it, and I think it's amazing. I mean, we've got a beautiful sky of stars. I mean, it's so clear, and they were far more impressive than I thought they were going to be. Actually,
Very impressive.
Yeah,
sky,
really good.
Dark, very good.
It's phenomenal. I've not seen as good a shower for probably a couple of decades, and just to sit and relax and watch them without running around after cameras. So we've been doing a bit of running around after cameras. Obviously not enough because they all got G'd over.
You do that, yeah.
It's just been fantastic. The moments where you'd get 2 coming at the same time, bosh, or huge lazy ones that just seem to go.
there was just
so
one
good.
in particular I saw. It was like a cone with a trail. It just, it was amazing. It really was. But to just take a bit of time to sit down and just sort of take all this in.
Yeah, we don't do it enough, do we?
No,
We're too busy
no.
with cameras and things
It
to
was
actually
lovely.
enjoy the sky and just sit there and look at it.
Yeah, just to bring
That
the
is
chairs
awesome.
and sit down and just stare at it for a few hours. It's
Just to see the core of the Milky Way like that again, it's just brilliant.
Orion. It's really good.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's looking amazing.
Dark enough here that the Milky Way goes from horizon to, well, it would go from horizon to cloud, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's clouds,
Horizon to horizon. That's a faint bit of the Milky Way as well, the bit that goes through Cassiopeia. It's not a bright region. You see it all the way from horizon to horizon.
It's amazing.
Definitely a nice spot here.
Good skies.
Very good.
But unfortunately, the next
cloud,
bank of cloud is on the way.
It's on
its
It's a
way.
big one, and I reckon that'll be it.
That's the one.
May well be it.
I'm afraid.
May well be it. Well,
This was a spectacular show, that's for sure.
good stuff. Well, thanks for coming out, guys.
Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
Paul. It's been
Thoroughly
brilliant.
enjoyed it.
lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it's awesome
Lovely
to meet you, Paul. It's been great, love it.
And thankfully, the stars decided to show up as well, which is nice.
Which is
'cause
always
it
helpful.
didn't look like that at
It
first.
started a bit dodgy, didn't it, with the clouds,
Certainly
but
did, yeah.
it's been a brilliant night.
Awesome. Whew. Well, that was just an awesome night. We saw so many shooting stars. We were on the beach for probably 5 or 6 hours. It's about 11:45 now. So we were there for quite a long time. Now we were fighting cloud for a lot of that time, and it has indeed now completely clouded over. But we also got some fantastic clear spells as well. And at times it just felt like there was probably 3 or 4 bright meteors every minute. Amazing to see. The best meteor shower I'd say I've seen for 20 years or so. And I haven't really been out just and enjoyed them for a long time either. So it was just nice to do that. Great to meet Glenn and Simon. I loved hearing both of them just cheer as we saw meteor after meteor, and that was Glenn's first meteor shower, so it was fantastic to see him just light up as he started to see these things fall out of the sky. Just amazing. Hopefully I got some good shots. I'll put them up at the end if I did, but if you've come this far, really appreciate you watching. If you've seen the Geminids this year, perhaps put a comment down below about what you saw and what you thought of it. I think it's been a fantastic shower, really enjoyed it, just enjoyed the adventure out here on Dunwich Beach. So thanks so much for watching, and look forward to seeing you out on another adventure soon.